Rolling time. Oh, okay. I can time if you want. I don't know. You want to ask?
Sounds like 1, 2, 3. Sounds like 1, 2, 3.
What time? Oh.
Sounds like 1, 2, 3. Sounds like 1, 2, 3.
Just give my timing, right?
Sounds like 1, 2, 3. Sounds like 1, 2, 3.
Guys, we're gonna start now, so peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, the full range of human experience is more than a simplistic call for happiness, but it is also the endeavor of human exploration of the human experience, the ability to know and the ability to find out things that we've never found out before, the ability to have the diversity of experiences that we've never had before, ladies and gentlemen, and the ability to know that we exist as an individual, are able to experience things others can't. Fundamentally, this debate cannot just be a clash about if they're happy luck. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there is also a moral consideration of whether things are right or not right to do when in this particular circumstance, which is a very important consideration in this debate. But secondarily, that this debate with regards to happiness needs to be contrasted with whether or not teens are able to obtain something equally as meaningful, which is the full breadth of human experience and exploration things that we don't even know exist as we know right now in the future. We think it's important, but the reason why they're equally is important is because human life is meaningless. Happiness is equally meaningless, ladies and gentlemen. And if happiness and human life are meaningless, then ladies and gentlemen, we should weigh up whether happiness is as important as a human endeavor to explore the full range of human experiences as well. Even as a valid and important consideration in this debate. I'll explore a few ideas in my speech. Firstly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk about the moral questions and moral harms of this particular bill. Number two, I'll talk about the deterioration of social structures and the deterioration of human development. And thirdly, I'm going to talk about how we are able at the outside house to still obtain most, or if not a large majority of the happiness things that they want on that side of the house. If we improve that, ladies and gentlemen, you can mitigate that to a significant extent. Then surely, ladies and gentlemen, you must ask yourself whether the moral questions and quantities of this debate, and certainly equally as important, exploration of human experiences, whether or not opposition can obtain those things as well. We don't think they can. Firstly, what are the moral questions? First and foremost, we think this is a world in which consent and enslavement is rampant and abundant. Why is that so, ladies and gentlemen? Because this bill enters the world with pre-existing power structures as well, ladies and gentlemen. That means there is the existence of human beings that are more powerful, more rich, and certainly more privileged to be able to coerce those that are in underprivileged situations to meet in this bill, either through circumstance, through pressuring them because of the live lives of poverty and their myth and live misery, forcing them into a circumstance where they have no choice but to take this bill, or ladies and gentlemen, pressuring them to direct means, to direct circumstances with the control that rich and powerful have over the poor and underprivileged lives in this particular circumstance. We hear it all the time throughout history, how the rich and powerful oftentimes use tools of submission, things like alcohol, things like drugs, to make minority groups submit to their will, ladies and gentlemen. Things like the introduction of alcohol and drugs into the Native American community during the time America expanding throughout North America. Things like, for example, colonialism introducing alcohol and drugs in minority communities in America, and especially in the continent of Africa, in order to destabilize those regions in order to gain effective control. These are young individuals with significant reduction of IQ, ladies and gentlemen, that they no longer are able to determine whether they want to consent to the things that the corporations that take control of them are able to do, or whether other people in society, whether they even join privileged groups that take control over them because they can't take care of themselves in normal human society anymore. They are fundamentally unable to consent and unable to fundamentally be able to distinguish between the things that are being done and whether it's abusive or not. Fundamentally, ladies and gentlemen, we still think that if individuals are quote unquote happy within their circumstance, there is still a moral law being done. For example, ladies and gentlemen, the individuals that suffer from Stockholm syndrome still indeed are being happy within the circumstance that they may be abuser, but we recognize that there is a moral law being done on this individual. Ladies and gentlemen, we think that's important. Or the individuals that don't know any better, for example, that if you live your entire life as a slave, and your conception of happiness or the good life religion were limited by your circumstance, and you felt happy as a slave, ladies and gentlemen, that still was a morally wrong thing to do to enslave an individual. And there is a valid moral consideration that we should think is morally abhorrent in this particular circumstance. Secondly, we think that there is an issue of equality also in this particular circumstance. Why? Because we think this is inherently an unequal world. Not only the fact that rich and powerful are likely to be the people who are employed by the would you be okay with the quality of suicidal person or economic business taking this bill? No, I would not be okay with quality suicide person taking this bill, but I'm okay with individuals, for example, that want to bring up death to commit suicide as well, ladies and gentlemen. Get euthanasia in this particular circumstance, but you cannot limit this thing to a particular individual when this thing is also about wider society gaining access. If you're going to premise and principle based on the limits and circumstances, or the person who's not die anyway, you're not going to make the moral particular mistake. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's also a question of equality. Ladies and gentlemen, the privilege can explore the full range of human experiences and explore what it means to be human, be able to explore new forms of what it means to be happy, explore what it means to be, what it means to new information in life, ladies and gentlemen. Because we can afford things, for example, healthcare, afford things that new forms of happiness, afford things that because of an unequal work. There is a big of lack of happiness, only if not all the benefits of the full range of human expression with the people that are unfunded, unable to, and are excluded out of that exploration of the human experience are the underprivileged and the poor. There's nothing more involved that being done with the underprivileged. One unequal society is done. So even though it doesn't create moral, so even though poor individuals are underprivileged people may be happy as an unequal world, but finally they are excluded out of something we can potentially give them in this world. We evolve to be more civilized. We evolve to be more kind towards one another and raise our IQ and be more compassionate. We don't see one to cut out the underprivileged or at the same time allow them to explore the full range of human experience without incurring all the cost of morals in this particular circumstance. Thank you very much.
There are some people who are forced to work in a job. There are some people who don't work in the work who would prefer to go on Mifzal's adventure of finding happiness. But sadly, those people are shut off by capital, are unable to do that because of things they are unable to experience race, religion, and class. These are the unfortunate realities of life, and we think these are the things that Mifzal is only dismissed in this debate, right? But first, let's make this clear. This debate is not about everybody taking this pill at once. This debate is about choice. This debate means that they have to maybe ban this pill, but we say that people have the ability to actually choose if they want to escape from the realities that are shut away and to actually take that pill and be happiness. But let's look at the first thing that we want to discuss, right? Oh, for example, we're the first one to do this. Firstly, how will our live work? Our world probably work in a world where we have already a mechanism to establish consent. So, for instance, we can have an evaluation of, we can have an evaluation that we can give information to the person. We can always have a psychiatrist who can consult with somebody who is professional before you give that pill. You can wait, for instance, 2 weeks, 2 months after you make your first decision to then say yes, and take this pill. But here's the important part about this mechanism. It's not also the mechanism that we have used for you to give consent to a lot of other things that life is because it's perpetual mechanism. If we're already using some of the second mechanism, we're already using some other medical operations. So for them, if you want to flash this mechanism, they have to say you can't do all these other things as well because this is consent. The second thing is about this mechanism. They tell us, like, result of the poor guys, slavery economics, right? Now, lots of rich people got control. Like, it's so weird, right? Like, who are these, it's so big, like, what these rich people are, like, what interests they have, they actually control you and ask you to did they pay all these questions? Analyze. Okay, even if there is some sort of coercion, right? The solution to coercion is not a total ban. It is something that comes coercion, right? Like, even when they ask, the examples give you alcohol and drugs, but you actually ban them, you actually stop the coercion, right? You can actually stop them. So, for instance, you have checks and balances, right? The last I checked, it's actually like the rich have the conspiracy to actually do this in the poor. Except most of the poor people are actually in the generous society and out of them and have to do some checks and balances and politics. So, we don't think that in this world, suddenly that the rich will actually do this. But let's look at the arguments I have in this debate. So, firstly, I'll tell you like how freedom of expression is freedom of choice is important and how this is on it. Second, I tell you that what kind of person will actually take this bill, and last, I tell you that like even if like stocks like this in the types of like innovation and efficiency, it is still worth it. So let's look at the first way, like freedom of expression. What happens is it's actually banning this, it's infringing on the person's choice of life. Because first thing like the probable arguments they're going to bring is that individuals that post something to the state because you think there is a level of arguments that you can contribute to the state for the state, right? But we can know individuals will not go anything to the state, right? State security is important and it's important to actually protect people, right? We think that states actually that it's there to actually give you the maximum amount of choice to actually give you happiness. But we tell you, when the second level is also this. We tell you that individuals have always made decisions that are not productive for themselves anyway. Also, so for instance, if I have a state to manage my education and suddenly go to the bank and mom, the state has to do this. Even if future my state takes probably the wrong decision. Because future suddenly wants to be a rich guy, right? You don't think the state can make why? Because they think it's immoral for you to decide on an uncertain future. Because you are able to do that future. They are not ever able to beat future Naufal because you can't do that. So what happens then? Because if you never beat future Naufal, the state then decides what is good for you. The state then decides what is best for you. It is a rule you can make. It's important. The state can't do that because then the state can start out to decide what's good for you. The state can then force you to become a doctor because that's the best for society. It gets inherently equal or that's what psychiatry, right? What was that person who actually did this? The majority of people, the majority of society wouldn't actually do this one. Because most people have sort of had way of like a free conception of happiness is only free. So a lot of people think happiness is a religion, a lot of people think happiness is cultural. But what happens to people who did this, right? The people who can't subscribe to happiness. The person who is starting to become this job, because even though they are smart, they're just shackled by the technical. They're just unable to take that scholarship because they're not part of the system consequences. These are the people who are more often depressed. These are the people who are often young, suicidal. And these are the people who may say it's okay to not give a bill because they should be better. I don't know how they have to permanent person into living their life. What is our goal is you can take a bill. You get a certain amount of you get a certain amount of happiness, and certain happiness that a person will these kind of people be unable to access, right? So the happiness is for instance, now that even though you work, you're still working in banking, you have the same happiness as somebody who works in Iman in the third year, right? It's certain happiness that is exclusive, it's not accessible by those people before. So the flip side is this, in our what happens is that those kind of people will be unhappy, and the wife is going to be happy, they not buy when you get a right children amongst them because they don't have the money to do so. Those are the people who believe that show and make suicidal impacts on our world, right? But lastly, about innovation and efficiency, we think what happens is that if you want to, we think what happens is that even if when the large amount of because it's not a large amount of people think and therefore loss of efficiency in society, right? But even then, it's just one. Because innovation and efficiency is only important because it actually gives us happiness. And that's the ironic part, right? We think what happens is you can actually substitute happiness now, and if it's something that's perpetual, that's something that's confirmed, it's okay for us to forsake innovation. It's okay for us to forsake efficiency of the economy because not everybody has access to happiness anyway. We think the ability for you to access means that we should give you a way out of the life that you couldn't choose.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you notice, right, in Naufel's whole speech, he never talked to you about the moral clash between his point and his right? We saw what Mifzal about today was very important, especially in trying to determine the happiness of an individual in life, right? The happiness that an individual can get or cannot get in life with or without. It's very important for you to understand that happiness shouldn't be something of an illusion to an individual. We think that we think that a multiple number of people need to find what it means to be happy by having the correct human experience, by having the correct human development, in order to obtain the happiness that they won't get in the later parts of their life. What did Naufal talk to you? He talked to you about how sleeping is something of choice. Yes, we recognize that this voting is something of choice. But the problem is that this choice is something that people will opt up into, that when people opt up into, it's a choice that will harm their lives even more. Why is this? This is because we saw in his speech that when people opt up into this film and know what they're actually, what happens now is that they're going to be taken advantage of by power structures existing or already existing within society. This means that people, the rich, will now press the poor even more. And what will happen then is the fact that the poor, whether disadvantaged in this case, will now not be able to consent to what is happening around them. They won't even be able to realize what they're doing is, whether it's something good or bad. They don't know why in the illusion that what they're doing is that they're happy with what they're doing in this case. Secondly, they talk about so we're talking to about the choice that will take away the choice of many individuals at the same time. Meaning that when you take away this choice, when you take this pill, it doesn't mean that we're taking away the choice of yourself. We're also taking away the choice of other individuals. Why is it? This is because when someone takes this pill shows you that they're happy because of that pill, that means that other people will be incentivized even more to take that pill and have that sort of illusion of happiness. When this happens, that means that there's a growing number of people who now take that pill, a growing number of people who are now dull in that sort of illusion of happiness, an illusion and part of the world that they cannot, that they now cannot opt out. We think that this is very interesting. Especially when people in their lives in the lives of people, what's very important is to have choice in what they do and whether or not they feel happy. We think that people also need to experience the pain and the sorrow and all those kinds of things in order to understand what exactly it means to be happy in this case. So let's talk to you a little about what Mifzal brought to us. So we're educated on this side of this. He talks about how human experience is very important, especially in trying to maintain happiness. What he told you was that about equality and how it's how this is conception of equality, right? Because people needed to feel equal amongst each other. People need to feel equal amongst each other. When you have disability, when you have poor people taking disability, and they don't feel that, they're using that they're happy, they aren't equal. You see, this is the sort of valuable life to get. We think that originally, when you feel giving these people, originally, you could have given these people the chance to change lives, but instead you give them discipline and you offer up into the illusion that, okay, whatever life you're in, whether you're depressed, whether you're poor, whether you're poverty, you should stay happy in that life. We don't want that, right? Because that means that you're just giving them an alternative to stay in that situation instead of trying to correct the situation that they're in, instead of trying to improve their lives even more. So why exactly do you say that that human experience, human development is important? We think that human development is important, especially trying to improve people's lives. Now, people are happy when they have low IQ. That means that if they do work, first of all, they do this sort of work, it's not to be contributed to society. They do this work strictly to do work. That means that they're somewhat robots, right? So, meaning that, we think that the feeling of happiness and trying to contribute to society is very important. Because we think that the way that you have happiness in that way means that you have this better feeling of how to achieve that happiness. But even also, right, we think that when people put that sort of happiness and put their experience into trying to better people's lives, they do this out of the kindness of their hearts. Meaning that they're trying to make infrastructure even better, they're trying to make people's lives even easier. Yeah, that's something that's very important in this case. Because in that way, not only will they themselves be content with the happiness that they have, but they're also now able to be content or be happy or trying to help or trying to improve another individual's life in this case. Form one.
The first one to defend our world with these things are so sad and balance. We gave a round of competition like that anything possibly come harm. We can make it. You have to defend anything under all circumstances.
In this case, it's a division between what exactly. It's not it's the debate is something about not what makes you happy, but the experience that you can have to enjoy the life. We think that's very important in the debate, right? But secondly, we're also going to talk to you about the continuation of the human species. Because let's just say that a large society now, for example, will be a reduction in IQ of individuals. If people's low IQ have children in that case, then that means that there's a chance for them to pass down the genetics of low IQ to the children. Meaning that you will no longer have individuals who belong to the human race who will propel the human race into the future. Yeah, this is very important in these circumstances. Because you also have to take into account the multiple existing problems within society, problems that can meet people with high IQs to help develop the world even more, not the human race, even more into the future. But we think that, but even if these genetics are not passed down, we have to ask how exactly will this people take care of that specific child. We don't think that this child will be happy, and in that case, that child isn't happy. We think that the parents of this individual now opt up into giving that child a meaning you're giving that child the illusion of happiness earlier on, not giving them the chance, or not giving them the chance to understand what happiness is in this case. So ladies and gentlemen, happiness is something that you decide by your human experience, not by your opinion. Between being smart and being happy, the reality is that being smart doesn't actually really get you to the final end of the place, which is that you want to be. That's why I'm saying that you need to make choices. But secondly, before you make this decision, you will presumably be rational and you could make this decision. I think the question of consent may be boiled down to will individuals feel pressure to take it? But the other thing is, this is not a magical pill, right? This pill has an incredible amount of consequences that lowers your IIUM. It's unclear to me why people will overlook this and see this as a magical pill all of a sudden and decide any massive decide to lower their IIUM. The third thing that I want to say is that this is a banning game, right? Which means practicality comes in. We did this, we called it prohibition, right? What the reality of the matter is that if you ban this, individuals will still continue to take the pill. The question is, can we regulate it in a way and make sure that individuals have consent when they take this pill? We tell them if we make it legal, just like abortion, right? Individuals will be able to access what kind of rights that they think we will be able to have. We can make sure it's like a vasectomy, like a medical procedure where they can set it up, right? If you ban abortion, like under their side, individuals will still have abortion just the same way individuals will still take this pill. In fact, that part has consent. So that's an incredibly bad thing. Second, let's talk about happiness. So they said, Mifzal, not balance. It's about the full endeavor of human experience. I think this is an incredibly privileged argument, right? Because the reality of the situation is that we'll never be able to have the full endeavor of human experience now. But secondly, I don't see why this pill stops you from feeling the full human experience in the video. It makes you happy, and you can still be happier that you have kids. Their argument was, you need to feel pain for happiness. Yes, after this, a whole bunch of bars, and you can appreciate the nice life that you have. You need to feel happiness, and that is necessary. The third thing is that, I'll tell you a secret about the human brain, right? This, like, philosophizing stuff that is talking about the food and never. There are only two chemicals in the brain that cause happiness, guys. Serotonin and dopamine, and you know this scientifically. Literally, you can't access the full human experience if that pill does give you that happiness that you so need to do for. But the fourth thing is that happiness is something that is subjective. If individuals should be able to choose that this is their full endeavor of human experience. In fact, I would argue that this is a full endeavor of human experience that he is like preventing anybody from experiencing. Because other people, nobody will be able to fully experience being happy all the time. And you're taking away that choice. Alright. Third, let's look at the last part of this debate, right? People in power structures. Okay, so my problem is that this is just an incredibly vague argument, right? So here's just like a ritual pressure. How? This example was colonialism. I don't see any colonialism now, right? Sit down. And there's simply argumentation about how this pressure happens. But I don't think I got any of that. I don't think this is incredibly unrealistic for me to see that this thing will go out and have an advertisement. Lower your IQ so that you can be happy. No, right? That's not the job of the state. Just like the state can mandate things, sit down, and cigarettes, and making sure that individuals know that, like putting on the cigarette box that it will kill you. We can do the same thing for this to begin with. I think secondly, that's incredibly unclear what the harm of this argument is to begin with. Because presumably his harm was that these poor people will not be happy. But like we have to get that these individuals will be happy. I think thirdly is that presumably these individuals were rational when they took the pill. So again, right? The only way we can tell you that they were not rational is if you go back to the consent debate, right? But here's the thing, comparatively we think that you'll be able to make sure that these individuals have consent by protecting them under state structures rather than under their side, where it's banned to begin with. So I think the solution isn't to ban the pill, it's to introduce mechanisms that maximize the consent of an individual. Okay, so third, right? Okay, people are okay with inequality, but it's like Stockholm syndrome, right? Number one, I think this is fundamentally different from Stockholm syndrome.
maliciously, right? So presumably under that side, angry people are actually a lot easier to control. Because you tell people that the reason why you're suffering is because of refugees. The reason why you're suffering is because this people took this from you. That's how politicians understand control individuals' behavior. I think competitive on the other side, where the poor are happy or for the individual are happy, even if, right, the argument takes, I don't necessarily buy, the politicians will not be able to use that anger and use it in a way that harms the other individuals, right? So, as a consequence, it means that the worst case of this scenario is that rich people use this so that poor people are okay with working menial jobs. But if those poor people are going to work those menial jobs anyway, I don't see what the differentiation is. Okay, moving quickly. Let's talk about innovation, right? Here's the thing, like, I get that innovation would have been better if everyone in this room went to an engineering degree and took STEM courses. But we are okay with people taking arts courses because they provide a value that's separate to human innovation, right? I think secular they provide a value that's separate towards like the innovation of the human race. The second thing is you can't use individuals as a battery ram for the innovation of the human kind, right? We think that individuals need to like be able to choose their own happiness. It's not like it never ends, right? But people or future people that don't exist and then you can't decide how to have happiness. For all of you, I mean, make no mistake, Adam, this debate isn't about whether or not we can get happiness or not. That would be very narrow debate. The more holistic debate, to have a more holistic debate, it needs to be about weighing up between happiness and all the human experience that makes human life worthwhile, and the principles that we think are morally non-negotiable. Otherwise, we would be a narrow clash, right? So, we tell you that 5 decades ago, for the past 5 decades, right, human qualities has been better far more. The most great and then in the book has been the best in human civilization. Right? That means that we are getting smarter, that we have more compassion now, that we have more morality and more abundant now. We tell you that
this age, what happens to the people who are under the depressed in your group are unable to escape it because of the reality of society?
Okay, we already have medication for that, right? We encourage these individuals to take antidepressants and seek for psychological help. But we tell you that human technology is already evolving, right? And in a few decades, we might probably be able to find those kinds of drugs. And we don't even have to deprive them of the full experience of human life. They're able to have intelligence and perhaps humans are getting smarter, but that's right. So we think that we're able to find a medication for all the people we want. So that's reduction of actual volume. Because it creates an equilibrium of social life. And the rich and powerful take advantage of this, right? It will cause the poor and the circumstances that is. When they take the pill, they're significantly less intelligent. It's more likely for them to be taken advantage of. We think this is morally important. We are proud. Thank you.
I almost failed English test when I was in 6th. I used to be pretty shitty at math. Everyone told me, get smarter, things get better. That's what didn't happen. This debate was about the conception of a good life. What would be dominant definition, and given there's a way to escape that, would you then allow people to do it? They don't agree, therefore they don't engage at all with the value of the argumentation. But let's look at first what they think the debate is about. They think the debate is about like North Korea and 7-Eleven selling these pills everywhere and people taking it, which massively ignores the counter proposition which we can give under our side. This is a very emotional under their side, but our side like etc. Like you can factor in consequences and act accordingly, and these things that evolve time to time, like group and stuff like that. That's the overview of the debate. That's the debate specific. They say power structures exist. This is going to be a quick fix. We told you 4 very important things, no responses. That assumes A, power structures are as archaic as before. B, that there is no accountability. I.e., the situation hasn't improved. Shitab is specific about this. In fact, it is a fact of the past that only happened because these institutions that check us are now vastly different. But the third thing is, we also assume that people are completely disempowered and completely disinterested in each other's welfare. As if we do not live in a global world, as if we fall down in front of each other like ignore and one. These are all plans, and they have to make all three of this analysis. The fourth thing we told you was extremely important, and this is the motion. This is so extreme, like this literally exceeds, like every minority suddenly start copying these skills, assuming it's even available, like they won't even allow us to regulate, like that thing. And like that's just so extremely unlikely to happen, right? That's extremely unlikely to happen. But the final thing you have to note at this point is you decide to make this bill when you say you have an IQ of 200, right? You're still able to make
gross negligence, and whenever government is gross negligent, we go in and regulate those things. Same is happening initially. This is the initial peace mechanism. The final thing is this is literally like segregation and apartheid, right? So the conclusion to this argument is most of the case is extremely extreme, and that is really bad. Finally, let's say they're all doing anything, right? Let's say they all are so bad that every person in this the bill exists. The only thing they change is it's bad. On our side, it's better because we regulate. We look into the factors because it's legal. They can't do this thing because the thing is bad. People will take the bill anyway, and the community will be suffering anyway because someone will be making it anyway, right? That is the first half of the debate before the second half.
We've done you the courtesy of mitigating your concerns in us to show you that the quality of human life in the last 2 decades has exponentially across the industry, and that we can probably see a significant increase in the next decade of vehicle problems. And first, the courtesy is whether or not the same people will talk about the experience of full range of human experience that we've been talking about. If not, we're pretty narrow.
So that's the second part of the debate, conception of the good life. They made us on this on one level. They said the definition of happiness is actually when you can access the full spectrum of human experience. That doesn't make sense because only one spectrum of the experience involves things that requires a high amount of IQ or a significant amount of IQ. They ignore that the other spectrum of human experience and more relationships with happiness, like being able to have sex, having family, walking in a region, or just going on a run, things like that. They ignore that all these already human conceptions of all these already reaches of human experience exist, and that's why it doesn't make sense. Why people will walk into these other forms should not be able to lower their IQ, because they will be able to magnify their experience within these particular forms, right? So insofar as that we take the reaching of human experience, the access to higher or significant amount of IQ is unessential and doesn't apply to most people. That's what the argument really needs to be engaged. That engagement has the assumption was only by having a significant or a noticeable amount of IQ are we able to leverage the full range. We do an analysis regarding what the other parts of the range and why you don't need a significant amount of IQ to really access that, right? But the final part of the debate really has to be the most important part. So we go to put the only slide to tell you that the problem is very different. We live in a society and our conception of happiness and conception of good life is defined by the society. Our first and second speaker were very consistent about there's an analysis regarding why the first intelligence is already glorified. We're supposed to go to a higher educational institution. We're supposed to like all the nominal measures of happiness, nominal measures of Islam. What makes a person successful? All these things already correlate directly only with IQ or denominator. Syarifuddin is essentially a battery. Naufal told you the fact that wealth and capitalism is the predominant characteristic is already a zero-sum game. Most people think this go back unhappy because they will never win the Malaysian debate war. That is the zero-sum definition of happiness. And the conception of happiness is okay if you opt into it. But the fact that all of this is the predominant characteristic, the person who says, I'm going to take a lot of this room and I'm going to define my happiness based on other people, like just taking my girl, like XYZ, other people should be able to access that. And me being able to lower my IQ allows me to gain access, be magnified. Why is that a long decision, right? So that's what we need to engage with. But that's why the proper idea about concept could not simply be like, oh, concept is a part of the game. That's why concept is a part of the game. It is the deal. If you're able to concept this, you should be able to do it. Since when was private life regulated by the government, even with the act, and we emphasize the act of happiness for me, since when was people actually that for government scholarship of duty therapy. This really is the time to make a decision. I was just supposed to be useful or happy.
on one single. Instead, individuals will not be able to consent to taking this necessarily violation of benefit. Because all of the harms method, right? Because we can't consent to doing it, therefore individuals will control them, like the regulations, society, etc. So let's talk about what maximizing consent. Number one, we told you that this bill reduces your IQ. It doesn't take away your consent in any fashion. They told us, well, we're less able to know what's good because you're not as smart, right? But my point is, what we told you is, well, what is the point of knowing what's good for you, right? Is that you can make choices that eventually make you happy, right? So the entire objective is short-circuited in outcomes because if you look at the objective, it's actually the same as well. I was an executive, they never responded to this thing about like which side is more likely to have consent. Given that both sides agree that the world that we live in is incredibly unhappy, that you're forced to work a menial job most of the time, and there are a lot of depressed people, right? A lot of people will want to take a pill. Well, I can take a pill. The question is, if you want to have it under the side, where we can make sure that people who's taking like a percentage, we know that they're not extremely depressed, but they can have a doctor, when they can talk to people about it, or we wanted to have it under the side and completely actually maximizing consent. Let's talk about the second thing, right? Happiness. I think a lot of the argument just ignore the fact that happiness is something that's entirely subjective. It ignores the fact that sometimes some individuals don't want this full endeavor of human experience. I also think for this argument to work, right? There are alternatives that has to assume that life is amazing or that life is good. And that's just not the reality, right? I think there are contradicting pieces or contradicting contexts coming from Myth and the rest of his team, right? So Myth comes up and says, it's okay to not have to feel that a lot of people are happy. On the other hand, he said that actually we concede that a lot of people are unhappy in today's world that life does kind of suck. The second thing is that, given the fact that, look, the fact is that the human race has been advancing, and that we are the most successful we have ever been before. But the unique cause of death for an individual under the age of 20 is suicide, right? Literally, individuals don't believe that all of this science and all of this innovation is necessary for living form. And that's why we think individuals should be able to choose what they think is worth living for. Some individuals want to choose for innovation, other individuals want to choose for different reasons. Let's go to the third thing on today's video. Society, right? So I think the first misunderstanding is that just because you have no IQ, now you're lying out and you're letting people to stop over you and control. I don't think that's necessary, right? You will still have like individuals who will still try to not, who will, for example, not take this pill and will still achieve happiness in the way that they want to talk about. But I actually think it responds to my argumentation about the fact that the poor and the unhappy are the alternative followers because they easily weaponize their anger and use it against other individuals to begin with. I think that given under the circumstances, a lot of people have to work these menial jobs anyway and will be unhappy in their work anyway. It's not that much of a harm that like those individuals take that pill to begin with. Moreover, right, in terms of innovation, we heard no responses about why humans should be used as vaccine grants for advancement of the human race. That doesn't even make sense, right? But what, right? I think that the last thing standing is that we actually are the ones who are more likely to be, or more likely to maximize choice in all of those things. I'm very proud.
Guys, 4 more minutes, please.
4 things that I need to talk to you about is the psychology speech to the psychology. So let's just talk getting to psychology speech within this whole piece of this whole. First of all, let's talk about this proposal that they wanted within the debate, how they were able to regulate giving out this. We think that it was unreasonable for them to free out this sort of proposal without having to tell you about how this regulation will happen and how it will be carried out. We think that in order for you to actually allow this proposal to happen and work, you need to tell us those specific things. Why is this? This is because of the understanding of power structures that we have in society. Because you have to understand that power structures, because of the fact that immense amount of power over minorities and over the poor people. What's going to happen is that they're able to overcome these sort of regulations so that it's screw over these individuals even more. We think that's bad and that's why we need a sort of proposal to be explained. But secondly, while people can't access the happiness that they want just because of the fact of their condition, we think that what happens now is that this will now incentivize the rich and powerful to screw the poor even more, just because of the fact that you now are trying to put the poor and the oppressed in a situation whereby you now take advantage of them and you don't want them to get out of the situation that they're in, and now you're going to screw them over everyone, get more money out of them whatsoever. Third, we talked about something about depression and suicide people in society. This is what we really get out of in this case. Because to people who are suicidal, people who are depressed, why exactly are you going to allow, why do you want to give them the option to, you know what, to say, you know what, just because of the fact that you're depressed and suicidal, why don't you give that up? Why don't you give that up and take this one? We think that there are many more options in society, but you should help these individuals to get out of the state of depression and suicide and achieve sort of happiness in life. That's much more better and meaningful rather than you forcing them into a life of seeking the happiness and eventually over one over a single topic. But lastly, let's also talk to you about how opposites assume that within this case, you don't need high IQ to experience the reason life. You see, this is wrong. Why? Because if you have a significant drop of IQ, that means that you won't be able to process the beauty of life and human experiences intelligently as you would with this high amount of IQ. Meaning that you need to understand and determine the trade-off within this curriculum in this sort of case. The trade-off meaning that you can't have perpetual happiness if you don't give up a significant amount of IQ. IQ that allows you to process things intelligently, but also to process this sort of media that you have towards multiple types of feelings and experiences that you want within life. We think that nonetheless, they wanted to have a sort of really access one thing very strongly. But why would you want people to access one thing very strongly when you can give them the chance to access many things and still feel very strongly about those experiences and those sort of developments that you have in society? Two things in that space. What can these individuals care about? More specifically, the beauty of human experience. We think that what humans care about most isn't about happiness, but going through life experiences that make you feel. Going through life experiences that give you that sort of feeling of happiness, and then when you're able to what these experiences are, and whether or not you feel happy from this experience, that's what these individuals care about. But secondly, the beauty of human exploration. Why do we need human exploration? Is to discover themselves and without human experience, happiness becomes meaningless. The meaning of happiness without struggle isn't something that should be determined just by itself. In the end, after